The shadowy cantina on Nexus Station buzzed with the usual mix of intergalactic criminals, smugglers, and mercenaries. Captain Vextar adjusted his thermal regulator and scanned the room with all 4 eyes, searching for his contact. The Zephyrian had traveled 3 systems to take this job, and the promised payment was enough to upgrade his ship's aging hyperdrive. A hooded figure in the corner booth raised 2 fingers, the universal signal. Vextar slithered across the metal floor, his serpentine lower body coiling beneath him as he approached the table. The contact was a Corvanian, judging by the purple-tinged skin visible beneath the hood. "You're the one who sent the encrypted message?" Vextar's translator device converted his hissing speech into standard galactic. The Corvanian nodded curtly. "Captain Vextar, I presume. Your reputation precedes you." He slid a data pad across the table. "The target is located on a backwater planet in the Sol system. 3rd rock from the star. Simple extraction job." Vextar's scaled fingers tapped the device, reviewing the mission parameters. The payment was substantial, enough to keep his crew fed for months and buy those weapon upgrades he'd been eyeing. "Seems straightforward. What's the catch?" "No catch. The target has something my employer wants. You retrieve it, deliver it to the coordinates provided, and collect your fee." The Corvanian's voice remained steady, but Vextar noticed his hands trembling slightly. "And the target species?" This was always important information. Some beings were naturally more dangerous than others, and Vextar had learned to adjust his rates accordingly. The Corvanian hesitated. "Does it matter? The payment is triple your usual rate." That raised Vextar's suspicions immediately. In 30 years of mercenary work, triple rates meant one of 2 things. Either the job was impossibly dangerous, or the client was hiding something crucial. "Species, please." "Human." The word hung in the air like a toxic cloud. Vextar's 4 eyes widened, and he instinctively pushed the data pad away from himself as if it had become radioactive. "Absolutely not." He began to rise from his seat. "Wait!" The Corvanian grabbed his arm. "The payment. Keep your credits." Vextar shook him off. "I don't work human jobs. Period. But they're just primitives. They barely have space travel." Vextar turned back, his expression grim. "Primitives? Friend, you clearly haven't done your research." He leaned closer, lowering his voice. "Do you know why the Galactic Council has a standing order never to interfere with human space? Do you know why there's a 3-system buffer zone around their solar system?" The Corvanian shook his head, confusion evident in his large, dark eyes. 23 years ago, a draconian battle fleet tried to enslave a human colony. 300 ships, state-of-the-art weaponry, warriors bred for conquest. Vextar's voice dropped to a whisper. The humans had mining equipment and cargo vessels. The entire draconian fleet was destroyed. Not a single ship escaped. "That's impossible." "They didn't just fight back. They adapted. Mid-battle, they turned mining lasers into weapons, cargo ships into rams, even rigged their life support systems to create makeshift explosives." Vextar's scales rippled with unease at the memory. But that wasn't the terrifying part. The Corvanian waited, transfixed. The terrifying part was that they enjoyed it. While other species fight for survival, resources, or territory, humans fight for the pure joy of overcoming impossible odds. They call it spite in their language. Vextar stood again. "Find yourself another mercenary, one who's tired of living." As he slithered away, Vextar heard the Corvanian calling after him about the payment, about the easy target, about the primitive technology. But the experienced mercenary didn't look back. He'd seen the footage from that draconian battle. He'd watched humans jury-rig weapons from kitchen appliances and turn their children's toys into reconnaissance drones. Some jobs weren't worth any amount of credits. The Corvanian sat alone in the booth, staring at the rejected datapad. Around the cantina, other mercenaries who had overheard the conversation suddenly found reasons to leave. Within minutes, word would spread throughout the station. The human job would remain unfilled.